Hello YouTube, Simon here, bringing you a brand new game that I have never played before. This is Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is a title that several of you have requested that I check out, so here I am doing just that. Now, if you've not played any of the Fire Emblem games before, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't, then it's a Japanese role-playing franchise, but it uses a different kind of battle and gameplay system than you may be used to. This is much more of a tactical role-playing game, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve, I expect, but the game does begin with a tutorial, so hopefully, you know, we'll manage, and I hope you guys enjoy as I play along. Just before we get started, I want to give a shout out to a couple of people. First of all, to both Randall and Wesley, who have recently signed up as level 4 patrons. That's an insane level of support, so thank you so much to you two guys. And also, I want to give a courtesy shout out to Alex, who has been pledging to my channel support for 28 consecutive months in a row. That is an insane amount of dedication, so thank you so much, Alex, and to everybody else, of course, who continues to support the videos that I make as either a patron or YouTube member. But without any further ado, guys, let's get started with Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm really excited to check this one out. Let's go. Okay then, folks. By the way, if you want to pick this game up, I'll leave a handy link for you down in the video description. Let's get started with a new game, and since this is the very first time I'm not only playing this game but any Fire Emblem game, I'm going to go ahead and select normal difficulty and casual option here, which is pretty much recommended for those that aren't. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and select classic. We'll see how we get on with this. This is the harder of the two options. But I just want to make sure there's a little bit of a challenge. I'm not sure whether we can change this later on in the game, but for now I'm going to go ahead and select it anyway, and we'll select no to this. Okay, loading. Ooh, exciting. Cutscene time. Ooh, exciting battle here. I'll confess I don't know any of these characters. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to or not.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die. Die.
Oh, charming.
You took everything that I loved.
Wow, this game's already darker than I initially anticipated.
He's gone now, Mother.
Oh, that was awesome. Ah. So, it's worth mentioning, by the way, that there's been a ton of games in this franchise, but this is the first on a home console for about 12 years, I think. Not including the handheld, like the 3DS.
Oh my. What could have brought you here?
I'm a bit annoyed with myself, actually, not checking out the franchise sooner. A lot of people have spoken about these games on my channel, especially during live streams and stuff.
I wonder how you got in here.
Yeah, I was just explaining that. People advised, I came. That's how I'm here. How I actually got into this particular place, this situation, yeah, I'm with you, I'm not sure.
It's most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
That is some pretty interesting music going on in the background. It's like a computerised chant voice, isn't it? I feel like I'm going to get hypnotised. Okay, so this is us. We get to select our form. Yep.
I have not seen the likes of you before. Who are you anyway?
Yeah, as with most Japanese role-playing games, of course, there's a very limited initial customisation of your character. I believe this game is limited to gender and name. We get to select a couple of options, but I have done a little bit of research, and everything suggests that we need to select the I'm Immortal option, as none of these will actually work.
I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
And the canon name is Byleth, I believe. So we'll probably just go ahead and stick with that. You only actually get 8 characters to name. If I wasn't going to call it Byleth, I'd probably call it Fuzzfinger or something, but there won't be enough characters for me to do that. So let's just stick with what the game expects here. And we'll select yes to this.
I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names. You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
Okay, so you can actually select the birth date here, and now there is actually an advantage to doing this from what I've read. Basically, you do get an item or a present of some kind. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but some beneficial, reward on the day that you select. So it's a good idea to select something that's close to the date that you're playing. But seeing as how my actual birthday is only next month, and we're at the end of the current month, I'm going to go ahead and select it. So that's August, which is the 8th month, and towards the end of that, which is the 27th. So, hey, I might actually get a present in the game then for my real life birthday. And yes, that's correct.
Well, wonders never cease. It seems we share our day of birth. How strange. It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap. It is almost...
Oh, please don't. You'll get me started. I'll be yawning throughout the whole episode. It's contagious, that, isn't it? I can feel it coming, but I must resist. Okay, so the game starts off with a tutorial, which is clearly going to be important for somebody like me. Though I'm sure for those of you who are veterans of the series, you'll probably whiz through the tutorial part of the game, or the prologue.
Were you having that dream again?
I was dreaming about a war. I was dreaming about a young girl. Well, we was actually kind of dreaming about both, weren't we? But we'll choose the bottom option.
You've described her to me before. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts.
Now, for many of the dialogue options in this game, not necessarily right now, but later on, they do actually have an effect, I believe, on affinities between characters.
Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed.
But for now, I don't think it matters too much what you select.
Time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn.
Okay, though we want to select, of course, for this particular dialogue.
Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
What's happened?
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you were the situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
I think we just skipped some dialogue then.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
I have no idea, but I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? A skirmish at dawn, prologue, an inevitable encounter. That kind of reminded me then of the skirmishes in Ni no Kuni 2. Then I realised this game is turn-based and that was real time, so definitely not the same.
Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
Okay, select a unit and then move next to an enemy. While your unit is next to an enemy, the command window will open to to attack, select the attack command and choose a weapon. Now, from what I understand, as you continue to use the same weapon, it will get damaged, the durability will decrease, and once it's broken, it's going to do a lot less damage. I think you can repair them though, so you'll want to do that between battles if possible, or between missions. I'm not sure what you'll be able to do or not until we get into it. And also, the characters that you use in battle will determine their affinities. So there is actually an important choice to make later on with joining houses, which I don't understand fully yet myself, so I'm not going to worry so much about it right now. But for those of you who are veterans of the series, just bear that in mind if you want to, you know, make specific choices later on with that. Okay, so if we can zoom in. Interesting stuff. But how do we zoom back out again? With the minus key. Okay, so we can actually see the map there when we zoom in. Because this is turn-based, we have as much time as we want to plan out our attack. And we can see there's an enemy up ahead of us. And you can see there's 4 of us. Okay, that's the 4 blue icons representing various weapons. And that green icon is the dude at the back who's not going to be attacking, at least not to begin with. So he's just going to be giving us words of wisdom. And his name is Geralt. We just saw him in the cutscene. But as I say, these are the 4 characters we're going to be controlling. Once all 4 have done something, then the enemy will take their turn. Now, Claude, something like that, is a ranged weapon user. And with his bows can attack from long range. Although their hit rate is reduced as range increases, they are highly effective against flyers like Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Riders.
Ready and willing.
So, with him selected here... is he selected? Yep, now he's selected. So you know when somebody's selected because when you move the icon across the field, the arrow from that individual will go with you. So if we head here, can we attack him straight from where we are? Is that even possible? I know that with ranged attacks we can, though I believe that the further you are away, the weaker the attack will be. And this is where we can go ahead and select the weapon we want to use. We could also use... a combat art if we wish to do so. Well, let's go ahead with curved shot, shall we? See what happens here. Well, we did move a little bit as well, I guess just to make sure we were in range. And each time you attack, you are going to go ahead and get some experience as well. And there we get a little bit of information about the durability of weapons, which I've already mentioned to you. So, next up then, I guess we can go ahead and use Byleth himself, who is, of course, our main character. Or we could use the others. It doesn't really make much difference. We could go for Edelgard.
I will prevail.
So we'll select her. And then move her over here. So there or there would be fine, I think. I'm not sure if it works diagonally, but we'll go adjacent here. That will bring up the attack. And we can just use a normal attack here with Iron Axe. Or, once again, we could try a combat art, but let's go ahead with a normal attack this time. Or we could select combat arts even once we've selected the normal attack. So, that should kill him, as you can see here. He currently has 5 health left, and this should reduce him down to 0. Though, there isn't a 100% chance to hit, which I believe that 80 number there suggests we have an 80% chance to hit. So please do let me know, guys, if I'm mistaken about that. But let's see what happens here. Oh, we did hit him, and we killed him.
Well, how was that?
So that's the first enemy down here. Use the battle menu to create bookmark saves. I'm not sure what a bookmark save is, but we could do that if we want to. View tutorial guides and more. To access it, press the A button when the cursor is on a space without an active unit. Okay, seems simple enough. Once all of your units have taken action, the player phase ends and the enemy phase begins. You can end the player phase early by selecting End from the battle menu. Ah, interesting stuff. But we have still got a few more people that can make some moves, so I don't believe that Edelgar can do anything. Nope. Because she's already attacked. The same is true for Claude, of course, which is why their portraits, I'm assuming, are currently greyed out, which means we are left with Byleth and Dimitri. So for these, we're going to go ahead and move them. We can't move them too far yet, so let's just do what we can. Okay, and oh, no, I don't want you to go there. We have to select talk, do we? Okay, well, you can talk.
You have a strange aura about you. You say you're a mercenary, so show me what you can do.
Yeah, good point. Byleth hasn't done anything yet, has he? Okay, so by talking, we actually increase affinity between those characters, do we? Right, so how can I go ahead and select my next character now? I guess we'll just choose wait. Yep, no, that's it, that's fine.
Cut through.
Let's move you there. And yeah, we'll talk. Go on then.
Thank you. We are in your debt. It wouldn't do for us to fall in a place like this. Please, lend us your strength. Let's work together to drive out these thieves.
Okay, and we'll go ahead and select wait. I'm not sure what convoy does actually. I need to research that. But now everybody has moved. It was the enemy's turn, and they decided not to do anything, I guess.
While protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
Okay, so you can see that those like some trees / bushes up ahead. We're going to be using those to our advantage now. Certain terrain will have effects on the unit occupying it. Forests, for instance, raise a unit's evasion and defense. Move your units to advantageous terrain and prepare to meet the enemy. Ooh. Right, so we've got our 4 party members. We need to get them all into a location where their dodge chance will be increased. So perhaps we can start with Byleth this time. And let's move him over to here, like this. He can wait at this point. And can we actually move him into the... No, we can't. Can't move him any more than that. But we can move... what's her name? Edelgard. Straight into the bush here, since she's close enough.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
And forests are not the only terrain type you will encounter. Keep an eye out for others, such as thickets and heel tiles. Sounds useful. You can see the effects of terrain by placing your cursor over it. Press the X button on an empty space to toggle terrain information and unit icons. So if I head over here, hit the X button, it was already selected. And I can see up in the top left corner that it's got a plus 30%, I'm assuming, to dodge, and 1 to defences perhaps. But if we go over here, we can see there's now all. So let's go ahead and select Dimitri. And Dimitri cannot quite reach a bush, so we'll just stick him close to one, I guess, for now. And then finally we have Cloud. I'm just going to call him Claude, unless I get anything different.
It's because of you guys that I'm not dead right now. Thanks for that. I didn't expect to run into mercenaries like you in some remote village.
I don't actually know how important it is to talk once you get that option, or whether you should just select wait. I guess it depends on, you know, how much affinities and that you want to go ahead and increase, but it didn't do anything that time anyhow. And once again, enemies do absolutely nothing.
This is a fine opportunity. It's the combat arts I taught you.
Okay, so we did dabble in this a moment ago. What does that say? They do not typically allow for follow-up attacks. Oh, that's interesting. So if I use a normal attack, I can do follow-up attacks, but if I do a combat art, I generally can't. Is that what it's saying? Perhaps? Maybe? I guess we'll find out. Units learn new combat arts. This could be important when their weapon skills level up. There are no combat arts for reason or faith. Those skills grant magic instead. I'm not sure what that means, but appreciate the info anyhow. So it looks like we've still got a few more of these bandits to go ahead and take care of. So let's start, shall we? But I don't know who we should start with on this group. I suppose it doesn't matter. Maybe we should move them into the bushes. We can't actually move them too far into the bushes. So let's move him over here. He can wait there. He's not going to get to attack, but he might get to survive though. Let's move Claude. If we move him into this bush, he can't actually attack. Oh, that's annoying. I thought he'd be able to attack from range. I guess I needed to move him into a bush. Then on the next turn I can select somebody. Okay. Well, I'm still learning. We can't seemingly move them much further, can we? Okay, let's just wait with you. See what the enemies do. We've got all of them in bushes now anyway. So we took 5 points of damage. I'm assuming that was reduced because we're all in trees. Right, you're moving there. You're moving in for the kill. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, dude. Hiding in the grass here. And we actually get experience when they attack us. You get experience for every turn, do you? Which means that we should be able to get some good attacks going off now, since the enemies are close. So if we start with Byleth, this guy looks like he's a little bit on the weaker side. So I guess we want to go for a combat art, since that's what the tutorial recommended to us. Wrath Strike. Should be enough to finish this guy off. Yep. That's the next thief defeated. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. I know there's probably some veterans that might end up watching this that are just clawing at the screen. But I'm quite satisfied so far. Starting to get used to the combat a little bit. Right then, so next up, let's go for Cloud. See if he can attack the guy in the rear. Maybe he can. Maybe. Maybe. Help if we select him. Or was he already selected? Yes, he was. Okay, let's go for a combat art again. Curved shot. Oh, yeah. I love the animations when you choose an attack. That's a lot of fun. Right then. So, he's done. Can we do anything with these other characters, or are they just too much out of the way? I think so, sadly. I don't think we'll be able to attack diagonally. Maybe it'd be a good opportunity to test this out. We'll be out of the bush. No, we can't, so let's keep her there for now. And, ooh. We can't really do much with these guys then yet, can we? So, let's just leave them. We'll go ahead and see if we can end turn. How do I go back to the menu here? Ah, there we go. So there's probably something more effective I could be doing there. But I don't want to take them out of the bushes just yet. Okay, and we'll finish the...
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated.
Ah, okay.
Easier to hit.
Linked attacks. When you attack an enemy that is also in range of one or more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During a linked attack, your avoid rate and hit rate are higher than normal. Linked attacks between certain units will also raise might. Good use of linked attacks is key to defeating powerful enemies. Linked attacks will also build support among the units involved. Okay, so we'll stick with Byleth for now. Who are we attacking here? Did I actually select? Let's make sure that's right. There we go. Let's go ahead and do another Wrath Strike. Maybe we should actually start with this guy first, then we can finish off with Byleth. Right, that's the next plan. Let's go for a standard attack. This will bring him down to 6 health, theoretically. Boing! Yep, it did. Okay, and now we should be able to finish him off with Byleth. And let's just go for a standard attack, since that'll be enough. Right, so the next thief has been defeated. We're close to levelling up, actually. Levelling up is interesting because it randomises the amount of stats that you gain, I believe. Right, so we can actually move you over to here and maybe finish this guy off. Let's go ahead and do Smash. I don't think we've seen it yet. And does exactly what you'd expect.
Witness my power.
Nice. Using items. Select the items option to change your equipped weapon or to use items such as the vulnerary, which restores your unit's hit points. Okay. Do we need to do that right now? Let's go ahead and select Dimitri, since he's the only one who hasn't yet attacked. Let's move him first, though. Can't move him too much yet. So, okay. We can't actually use it, I don't think. And we don't have any other weapons either, so let's go ahead and wait.
Damn, why are there mercenaries in the village? Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Oh, of course we would. Okay, an item icon on an enemy indicates that you will get the item that is highlighted green. That's interesting, in the unit's details display when you defeat them. Okay. So I guess we're going to want to start moving over here, perhaps to the next set of trees. Oh, that guy looks menacing. Costas. He has 28 health, which is actually 10 more health than his little noob friends here. So we also need to pay attention to Claude, who is on about 50% health himself. So we'll see if we can get him healed in due course. But for now, let's go ahead and get some movements going. We'll move everybody over here first. We'll move Edelgard next, I think. I don't actually know the best place to take them to tell you the truth, but we'll see what happens. We can actually heal up, I think, with him. Yes, that's it. 10 health. Lovely. Okay. I believe the dude at the back here will actually help us if we struggle a bit. Wow, that I did not expect him to run that far. Oh my goodness. Well, we've done some damage to him with that counter. And we leveled up. What did we get? Okay, we got +1 to strength. And +1 to... Is that charisma? Okay, our turn next. And the dude is in a bush.
Aren't you Gerald the Bladebreaker?
Yeah, is Gerald going to help us here?
Now, mercenary like you doing here?
I'm the one who should be complaining. I'm caught up in the mess you started.
Okay, now it's our turn. And this guy's almost dead, so I think we should try and finish him off while we're here, shouldn't we? Let's go ahead with Byleth. Select the boss here. And we can kill him with standard attack. Or we can go for combat art. I think we might get a little bit more experience, perhaps. Well, he's going down, no matter what. And we leveled up again. We're now level 3. I think we need to pay attention to our other characters as well, don't we? Oh, we got an iron axe for that one. Yeah, he did have that green icon on. Oh, we don't need to kill his friends? Probably should have taken them out first.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's
Uh-oh.
like you're trying to get me killed, you fool.
Hey, it's that girl from the start, isn't it?
After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right?
Oh, great.
You can call me Sothis, but I'm also known as the Beginning.
Nah, that's a strange name. I'll call you The for short.
Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning. But who once called me that?
Well, you're asking the wrong person there, I've got to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and select her name at this point.
I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
I said nothing.
That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
Well, these accusations, man. So we can select two options here, and I believe we need to select I'm less than a child at this point. And this will, as you can see, gain favour with Sothis.
You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
And for this one, we're going to select... well, let's just go ahead and select thank you, shall we? No, this one. I don't think it matters.
I do not hear your gratitude. Perhaps I should force you to leave? There now. Is gratitude so much to ask?
I think we should have chose the thank you option, not to worry.
Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that? When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do?
Yep, so for these options, we're going to select the top one. Turn back the hands of time, if you please.
Of course. I must turn back the hands of time. Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really are quite troublesome. I cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time.
Oh, great. Yeah, leave it to me.
Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
Right, well, we'll be on our way then, shall we? Looks like we're heading back to the battlefield now. As time is restored.
over here.
Huh?
Hey, did you just...
The Knights of Seros are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them. The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
I guess they know each other. Hey, stage complete. So we get to save here. Might be a good idea to start saving in various files, but for now we'll stick to the same one.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself.
Yeah, I kind of get the impression you did recognise him.
20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois. Just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
He's a stranger to me. I'm a bandit, and that is correct. Let's go ahead and select the top one. No, let's go ahead and select the bottom. See what happens.
Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
I think if we chose I'm a bandit, though, you'll get a better support bonus.
What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
The Knights of Seros. They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required.
Yeah, going forward, I'm going to make sure to select the correct options. Mostly for anybody that's following along with me. Just to get the best bonuses and what have you.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seros. Oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
We can go ahead and select. I didn't know he was a captain. And as you can see, you get a bonus there.
I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet? Or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
Why have we had to get caught in the middle of this domestic?
I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
Okay, so we do get to make a choice here.
It seems one's place
But it's not as an important choice as you might anticipate.
Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well,
now, we do have to make some really important choices later on. For now, whichever we select here will just give us a boost to the support of that particular character. So, Adrestian Empire will give us a boost to Edelgard. The Holy King of Fargus will give us a boost to, not Claude, what's the name of the other one? Dimitri, is it? And then the Leicester Alliance will give us a boost, I believe, for Claude. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Adrestian Empire, since Edelgard seems pretty cool, and we could get a support boost with her. Affinity boost, whatever it's called.
A wise choice. Though the Empire has fallen from its former glory, the other regions are merely offshoots that pale in comparison.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
my, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
Let's select the same one. Oh, okay, I think we just have to go through them all here. So we just give our appraisals of all three of the characters here. And finally, Claude. His easy smile is striking, but that smile doesn't reach his eyes.
Yes, I thought the same. I may be sleeping, but
Okay, and we get to save once again. I believe that's the end of the prologue now, so we will actually be commencing with Chapter 1. But I'm going to leave that until the next episode. So we've had a good introduction to some of the mechanics in the game here. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And please do come back if you're intrigued as we continue on with Fire Emblem Three Houses next time. And I'm going to try and do a little bit of research, a little bit of reading up to try and just make sure we're getting into things as we should be. That I'm not going to be left too far behind as things start to get a bit trickier. And that's going to be inevitable, no doubt, as we go forward. As always, guys, thanks to everybody who shows their support, either through Patreon, etc. and YouTube membership, but also just for you guys that go ahead and choose to subscribe to my content. If you haven't already done so, please do so, and don't forget to hit that bell notification as well. And again, if you want to go ahead and purchase this game, I'll leave a link to the Amazon product down in the description below. It does actually support the channel when you purchase through that link, so thanks so much, guys, for doing so. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Catch you next time. Goodbye.